If you want your first fire cape, you've come to the right place. I'm Skari, and I will help you. If you head over to the Wikipedia page, you can find a list of all the equipment they suggest that you wear, but in reality you just need a good mix of defense and some prey bonus, preferably some range accuracy as well. I'll show you here what I'm wearing. A helm of Night's Knot, a holy symbol, Ava's accumulator, a monk's robe top, black d-hide chaps, a damaged book, not an upgraded one, mixed hide boots, rune gloves, and an explorer's ring, and of course a rune crossbow with adamant bolts. I took this because it was just what I had laying around the bank, but take whatever you got and try to reference with the Wikipedia page for the best equipment. Now for stats, you probably want about 70 to 75 range and at least 43 prayer to have the overheads needed. If you're not a defense pure, get at least 40 defense and probably 70 HP. The amount of food versus amount of prayer pots you bring should depend on the prayer bonus you have. I have about 23 prayer bonus, so I will bring 13 prayer pots and the rest will be food. If you have higher defense than prayer bonus, you probably want to bring up to 16 prayer pots instead, just to be safe. Now for plugins you really only need 2. FC Spawn Predictor is amazing because it will first of all tell you which rotation you're on. So if you have a preferred rotation, it is default set to 5 I believe. It will tell you before you go into the fight caves, and every wave it will show you where the next wave will spawn, and that will allow you to predict where to be and how to safe spot them. It's a really powerful tool that you should really get. The other plugin you need to have is tile markers. Tile markers allows you to put these squares on the ground that will help you, remind you where you can safe spot things. So I have put these crosses in a way that I know if I pull down a melee to that corner, it will be safe spot. If you don't already know the monsters in the fight caves, here's a picture that will break it down for you. Go ahead and pause here and, I don't know, study them, read the notes in the bottom so you know what's up. Okay, with that all said, I think we'll head into it. In the first few waves, you just want to kill the minions however you feel. In the beginning, it's very easy. Like here, I'm just safe spotting the blob to decrease the amount of damage I take. 2 blobs. I'll just run around and kill them. After the 2 blobs, there will be a ranger. Put on protect from range. I already knew that it would spawn far away from me. And here I will already have looked where the next ranger will spawn, which is the southwest corner. I'll demonstrate prey flinging here. You'll want to put it on as it begins its animation, and you can take it back off until it begins its animation again. I just did that for demonstration purpose. I will show you that you don't have to do this, but it will of course allow you to take more food in. Always kill the bats first. Here we have a ranger and a blob. I'll protect from range just in case it hits me, but I'll try to finish the blob off before it gets to me, the ranger, just so I don't take any damage. Always kill whatever is damaging you first and then handle the things you can pray against. Here I'm thinking maybe I can kill the ranger before the blob gets to me, but I missed my second shot, and I'll just kill the blob. Doesn't matter. I didn't mean to step into him there. Here I safe spot the blob on the ranger, and I finish off the bat first so it doesn't drain my prayer. finish off the ranger because the blob can't reach me. And then deal with the blob. So you can see I'm pulling the small blobs to the ranged spawn so that I can safely deal with the ranger and save some prayer. Of course, at 2 rangers I just pray against them and kill them. So the next spawn will be a melee. And you will always want to safe spot the melee. They hit hard and they will heal if they get close to you. As you can see, it's really just about thinking a bit before you finish the wave. Here I will take the melee into safe spot. But I will already think about what to do about the next melee. Here I take it into the next safe spot and I kill off the bats first. Remember not to use long range if you are a 1 defense pure, or you will break your account. So the next melee and the next blob will be in the far corner. I can just stay here and they will come to me. Alright, so you get the idea. Look at where the next spawn is. Think about where you can safe spot or how you can minimize the amount of prayer and damage you use. Or prayer and HP you use. Let's speed things up a bit more. Here I have a ranger spawning out in the open and a melee spawning next to me. So there's 2 solves for this. Either you go up next to the ranger, safe spot the melee on the corner there, or you do what I did here and kind of drag it to the other corner and finish it off that way. Here I plan to safe spot the melee on the corner I'm at now, but even if the ranger did get past its trap here, the melee would be stuck on the ranger. Here I just head over to the ranger to finish it off before the melee gets to me. Now I need the melee to keep being trapped and the range to be close enough for me to crossbow it without the melee on the top getting through. The melee won't get safe spotted here, but I can just go to the other side again and it will be safe spot from this side. Getting ready to safe spot the melee on the ranger here. This is what I was talking about before. This time I just went to the ranger instead of dragging it over to the other side. I was hoping to finish off this ranger before the melee got so close, but I wasn't able to and I had to kite him around. I kinda got lucky that he didn't hit me, and you always want to take a range hit before a melee hit, so maybe to be safe I should have prayed for melee instead, but it worked out. And after this wave it will be pretty easy for a while. It will be 2 melees next wave, then it will be a major. So from there it will go through all of the cycle again until there's 2 majors. Nothing fancy here, just don't let him punch you in the face. If you don't want to risk getting hit by the mage, you can just lazy flick your best range offensive prey, and that way you will save both time and prey. Okay, so we're at the first mage range phase, and here I'm not sure how I want to handle it, so I'm planning to stand in the northeast corner. This corner is actually the best corner you can be in if you don't know how you're going to handle the next wave, as it will have the most amount of spawns trapped immediately. So here's 2 spawns kind of in the open, but I use this rock to the east to trap the range behind, and I will drag the mage close enough for me to finish the mage without getting hit by the range. Here both the ranger and the major will spawn on the opposite side of where I am right now in the next wave. So I'm dragging this mage all the way to this corner to get it closer so that I can finish off the ranger before the mage in the next wave, since the mage will be stuck in the southwest corner. At least that was the plan, but I had to take a break at this point because something was happening in real life, and what I didn't know is that if you take a break and you log out, the FC spawn predictor will not work anymore. So from this point out, I'm completely blind as to where the things is spawning. And if you didn't know, let me show you what happens when you log back in. Alright, so I log in again, and I get this chat box, and I think, everything's paused, everything's great. So I decide to do almost nothing, but then everything spawns. I'm guessing it's because 10 seconds went by and I did nothing. And from this point I'm just pretty fucked. There's nothing I can do to get the wave predictor back on, and I have to scuff everything from here. So from here until Jad, I'll just let it play at 1000% speed. You can see how I handle the things. I get a bit stressed. It's like 2 AM in the night, and I make a lot of mistakes, honestly. Now, if you do this, don't do what I do and go northwest. You should be doing this in the northeast corner. For some reason, maybe because I'm tired, I'm thinking northwest is northeast. So there's that as well. But yeah, enjoy. Alright, so one thing you should be paying attention to now is that I'm on the double mage wave. There's an orange mage spawning up here. That will be where Jad will spawn next round. So pay attention to where that mage spawns, so you know where Jad will spawn. You'll want to be close enough for you to determine which attack he's using. Now let's talk a little bit about Jad. He has two attacks when he's ranged. He has his range attack, where he slams his feet in the ground like that, and he has a mage attack, where he will stand up on his back foot and do a mage attack like this one. So you need to pray accordingly. If he stands up, you pray mage. If he slams the ground, you pray range. And you need to be very accurate with this, because he can one-hit you. And if you get into melee range, he can also melee you. At about, I think it's 50% health, he will spawn 4 healers. What you need to do is tag each of these healers and then run through Jad. And you need to pray melee protection when you do this. So yeah, you'll see in a second. Here the healers is spawning and I'm trying to tag them. Remember to switch the prayers meanwhile. Here I forget. I didn't get hit, but I'll forget again. I didn't get hit, I'm very lucky, but I changed to melee, changed to mage, and I see that he's still getting healed from something. I'm trying to figure out which one is healing him, and in doing that, I get hit by a mage hit, because I was too occupied trying to figure out which one is healing him. You can see he's doing an animation, it's the top one. And I figured this out in just a second. Long range, focus on what Jad is doing, and try to hit that little bastard that's healing him. There we go, now I have the aggro, and they're all safe spotted behind him. And from here, you just finish off Jad and you have your fire cape. In this run, I brought 16 prayer pots and I used 7 of them. But I'm also 77 prayer and I'm 92 range. I do have kinda shit gear, but you should not expect to get by with this little prayer pots if you're just level 70 range, 43 pray. Just bring a few extra. You should reference the inventory setup I showed you. If you have, like me, 23 prayer bonus, you can get away with bringing 13, even 12, even 10. But I'd bring 13 because you don't really need more food. If you have purple sweets, bring them. You don't need to go out of your way to get them. But if you have some from doing clue scrolls, just bring them, use them. They'll just rot in your bank anyways, if you don't. So yeah, I hope this guide was somewhat helpful to someone trying to get their fire cape. If it helped you on your way, consider subscribing, liking the video. It would help me out a lot. Yeah, have a good one.